Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crypt of Horrors. We're here for our first video of 2021. So, boy, it's been a heck of a year, and we're only a week in. So, in an attempt to lighten the mood, today we're unboxing In Search of Darkness Part 2, which I ordered the Elvira edition, and that came as this big kit full of stuff. So, let's get started. So this came with 4 posters. So we're going to, well, maybe let's start with the pin that it came with. So I think that's enamel, but I'm not entirely sure. Comes with a bit of a security thing on the back there. But it's pretty nice. So it's not, in my opinion, as nice as the pin that came with the first edition of the original Part 1. So this is that pin, which I think is somewhat nicer than the new pin, but, oh well. I mostly collect pins just to have them on the shelf, and this is still a nice one. Next we have the Elvira specific poster. I'm going to take this out, and I don't have any space left to display any posters, unfortunately, so I'm not going to be hanging this up, but we can show you what it looks like. It's printed on what feels like somewhat thicker paper than they used before. So this is the Elvira poster you get in the Elvira edition. So it's basically just the cover art that they used for the Elvira edition. Moving on to the next set of posters. So this came with, I think, 4 posters total, which I like posters, but I have too many posters at this point, so there's kind of a lot. Let's see if we can get these. So our first poster, well, second poster, is the cover art that they use, is the standard cover art that they used for this release, which it's pretty nice. It's got the lady like, same as the pen. And it's a pretty nice looking poster. And then we have the third poster is, so I keep getting the numbering wrong. This is the somewhat more dignified looking one with In Search of Darkness Part 2, which I think I like this poster a little more just because it's so concise, I guess. And the final poster that this set comes with is maybe my favorite one just because it's got kind of the most going on. Well, maybe not the most going on, but visually I like this one the most. So with the people watching the screen, like, it's got like the Thing reference here. And then there's all kinds of stuff just everywhere. You know, there's posters in the background, there's Halloween 3 masks. There's actually the other 2 posters for the release as posters on the wall, which is a nice touch. So, yep, those are the posters you get. And now, moving on to the whole point of this, the movie itself. So it comes in Search of Darkness Part 2 comes in a slipcase. So this is actually like a little box. And when we slide it out, it's kind of tightly packed in there. We see that's the Elvira edition, which I'm assuming, like the last Elvira edition, it just comes with like an extra 20 minutes of them talking to Elvira. So there were a lot of different versions of this movie. But one thing that's nice is it appears to have reversible art. So let's, it has reversible art to this art. which I'm going to leave it probably as is. It's a decent looking Blu-ray. And it comes with a booklet of essays, kind of like an Arrow release, which is pretty nice. So, welcome message from the executive producer, message from writer-director, forward by the co-producer, and special thanks. And it looks like, well, it looks like it's actually pretty concise in terms of how much writing is in here. So not as dense as like an Arrow booklet, but it looks like it gets to the point with the information and the introductions, which I like. So I have enough stuff to read, you know. So yeah, I think this was like 60 or something to get in as a Kickstarter backer. So I think my name is in the credits on this one. And this time, so this In Search of Darkness Part 1 was expensive as well, but you didn't get quite as much stuff with it. Like, you got a poster, you got a pin, and I think that was it. So it would have been nice if, for the Elvira edition, if Elvira actually, like, signed to these, which I think there was some tier where she did that, but I wasn't able to get into it. But oh well. So I enjoyed the first In Search of Darkness, and I'm sure I'll enjoy this just as much too, so I'm happy to have it. And we'll see when we eventually watch the movie if it was really worth it to spend so much on one title. But you know, considering the amount of stuff that you get, I think you probably get good value for your money, especially if you have space for these posters. So, well, that's that for today. Hopefully you enjoyed our breakdown of what you get in this box. So like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you later.